Hi all. A funny voice here for this 10th blurb, but as I look back over my 75 years and consider why it took me so long to learn much of importance, I have to remember my youth when I watched my dad search churches many directions for a reliable source of moral guidance for his family of six. By retirement from the military, he had settled on a Presbyterian church whose pastor he'd become great friends with and who had a doctorate in theology from Princeton. He'd himself done the coursework for his own PhD in psychology, no doubt believing intelligence and scholarship should be a basic qualification. I followed a similar path of church shopping once I was saved and led my own family to church after church. We found great teachers and pastors and good people in all of them, but somehow never managed to attend anywhere longer than a couple or 3 years. There was always a gnawing sense of dissatisfaction that would creep in as things were learned, and other things often didn't seem to line up with what I felt the Bible was saying. The amazing thing to me now is that it took me decades to finally find a teaching ministry and fellowship I felt right about. Believing something my dad often said, that people take on character traits of those they spend their time with, I had found a fellowship where the Bible teaching was clear and powerful, and I saw across the board qualities in members I liked and wanted to cultivate personally. The people gathered around the Word. They came to look into it seriously and up close. The Word of God. My wife liked it too, and we're now almost 6 years in a church that has finally satisfied what we were both looking for. The fact that this new ministry has an entirely different slant on Scripture than what is mainstream and we were used to was at first challenging and required study we weren't used to. But it began immediately to probe much long-standing confusion from incorrect teachings we'd bought into over the years. Uppermost, we had failed to factor in the dispensations and their importance, and had never been shown the need to rightly divide Scripture, per 2 Timothy 2:15, which we now can clearly see. The light finally came on. We arrived not even realizing such things as that the four Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, were actually from Old Testament rather than New, before the crucifixion, which helps explain why the New Testament revelations of Paul that he received directly from Christ after his resurrection told a radically different story of the incredible mystery that had been hidden by God himself from ages and from generations, and was now through these revelations made understandable to all believers, per Colossians 1:26.